Welcome everybody to a 75-minute power yoga practice. This is being taped live on Facebook, but you're welcome to see it anytime afterwards on my YouTube channel, which is my full name, Tamara Maxim. And you can accompany your yoga class with some music, any music that you like, but I have lots of playlists on Spotify. So if you find my profile on there, it's Tamara YBR, feel free to use any of that music. And being that it's Earth Day, first I want to wish you a happy Earth Day. I think Earth Day should be every day. It's always important to consider the footprint that we leave here on this planet. So tonight especially we will be focusing on grounding postures. And in yoga, the part of our body that is responsible for grounding generally would be our feet, and it is connected to Muladhara chakra, our root chakra, which is really the tailbone. But we don't spend a lot of time pushing our tailbone down into the earth. We spend a lot of time pushing our feet into the earth. So tonight I will build in several standing balancing postures, and you can use this opportunity to get really connected and grounded into the earth, and will really help you respect the earth that holds us up underneath all of these balancing postures. And tonight I will pull a card from this beautiful intention deck, the Living Peace deck. Just love it. Very simple, beautiful, profound words. And so tonight I will offer the intention of tranquility. It's a nice thing to think about when you think about the earth. Tranquility, a quiet place of awareness within that is always accessible no matter what the circumstances. A gentle, conscious breath can take you to this inner retreat and will reduce the noise of general life in an instant. I think that's why most of us probably practice yoga, or at least started practicing yoga, was to have more peace and tranquility in our lives. And I know that's why I keep coming back to my mat day after day, and especially to share these practices during a time where the world is in a state of unrest and discord. This practice brings me to a place of tranquility and harmony, and especially connecting with nature. You can place your feet into the earth, or your hands into the earth, and get really connected back into the ground. I think that's a really valuable way to stay peaceful and tranquil. So bring the idea of tranquility or peace into your practice tonight. And we'll start right away in standing. So find a place on your mat. It doesn't necessarily have to be at the top of your mat. Somewhere where you can get your feet deeply connected down into the mat. Spread your toes wide and lift them up, and see if you can root from your pinky toe, then your fourth toe, third toe, second toe, and your big toe. And maybe your inner big toes are touching, and then maybe your heels are slightly apart, but the most important thing is get the outer edges of your feet parallel. And then connect down through the earth and start to lift up through the rest of your body. Feel that rooting down action to help lift you up, and the tailbone is slightly curled under toward your heels. Belly is engaged, chest is broad, arms are out to the sides, palms facing forward, a gesture of receiving, receptivity, openness. Close your eyes if you like as you stand here tall in this beautiful present moment, and consider yourself here as a valuable member of the Earth's community. So important to respect this place that nourishes us, that houses us, that feeds us, that loves us. Find an intention for your practice. Maybe it's the word tranquility or something else that speaks to you in this moment as you stay rooted and grounded down here on your mat. Find that word and let it rise up through your roots, all the way up through your feet, your legs, right up to the crown of your head and through your fingertips. And also connect your personal intention to a collective intention. Imagine as if you were standing here side by side with all of the people, the billions of people on the earth, all holding hands, surrounding the earth right now. What collective intention could you bring into the practice? What would you like for the greater good? I know for myself right now, I often think about healing for the community of people on the earth and also the earth herself. You can keep your palms open like this, imagining that you're touching hands with all of the people around the world. You can feel that collective energy pulling up through your feet, rising up through the crown and through your fingertips. And please make a dedication for your practice. Who would you like to send this energy to that we're generating here, or what place or cause? So many choices right now. Important people, places, and organizations that are making such a huge difference in the world or that need our help. You can keep your palms open just like this. Imagine connecting to all the people around the world. Even if it's virtual, we can still feel that energy, and we'll create one beautiful sound of Om. See if you can generate that sound through the soles of your feet, right up through your crown and out through your fingertips, and especially radiating from your heart center. Deep clearing breath in through your nose. Sigh out your mouth, exhale. An Om for the whole world, for the planet, for Mother Earth, for everyone here in this community on the earth. Deep breath in. Feeling that connection to one another. All of us here, valuable members of the earth community. Bring your hands to your heart center. Bow your mind in towards your heart with respect for yourself, for this practice, for all of us here together. Blink your eyes open if they're closed, and just take a step so you're near the top edge of your mat. Again, feet can be touching at the big toes, maybe heels apart, or outer edges of your feet parallel, just to feel grounded. So if you need to, separate your feet hip distance. On your inhale breath, sweep your arms out wide and up, Urdhva Hastasana. Take a couple of breaths here. Root down through your feet. Lift up and out of the torso. Arch back. Press down into the earth and reach back. Lift your heart. Take one more inhale breath. Lift a little bit higher. Arch more. As you exhale, soften your knees. Fold forward. Bow down to the earth. Forehead toward your shins. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. So press down into your feet, fingertips in front of the toes or palms to shins. Take another breath here as you lengthen your legs, lengthen your arms, look forward, flat back. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana, root down through your hands and your feet. Bow your forehead to your shins. Now root deeply into the earth, rise all the way up again, Urdhva Hastasana. Stay standing, hands to heart center, Samastitihi, and find that connection to your deeper breath, or your Ujjayi breath. So create that ocean-like sound with your breath by narrowing the throat slightly, and concentrate your mind on that breath, and that will bring you to a state of tranquility throughout your practice, even when it gets difficult. Inhale, Ujjayi breath, Urdhva Hastasana, root into the earth, arch back, salute the sky. Exhale, fold forward, bow into the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, plant your palms, step your right and left foot back. Uttita Chaturanga Dandasana, high plank pose. Now root down firmly through your finger pads. Dig the fingers into the mat like you're spreading the roots deeply. Rock forward more on the toes, and now draw the belly in. Dome up the space between your shoulders. Feel free to lower your knees down if you need. Keep rocking forward more. Draw the belly in as you press the hips down. So create a connection to Mula Bandha, the lowest abdominal lock, and Uddiyana Bandha, the mid-abdominal lock. Keep your breath powerful as you inhale. One more Ujjayi breath here. As you exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the earth onto your belly. Untuck your toes. Root the tops of your feet down. Fingertips spread wide out in line with your shoulders. On your inhale breath, peel your heart and head up off the mat. Maybe look up. As you exhale, right shoulder dips to the earth. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale back through center. Lift your heart to the sky. Look up. Exhale, left shoulder down. Look over your right. Inhale back through center. Viparita Bhujangasana, exalted cobra. Exhale, lower straight back down. Bring your palms beside your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Engage your legs. Kneecaps might lift. Draw the shoulders back, belly is strong, and your inhale, slow motion through Chaturanga halfway, all the way back up to high plank pose. Take a breath in here. And now as you exhale, hips lift up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Again, rooting your finger pads down into the earth. Lift your hips up toward the sky and press your heels down in toward the mat. Try to create space between your shoulders and your neck by rooting through your index and thumb on both hands, and then draw the elbows toward each other. Take a deep Ujjayi breath in and a long Ujjayi breath out. One more inhale and exhale. And from here, inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky. So root strongly through your hands and your left foot. Stack your right hip open, press out through your heel, keep that leg straight. Then bend your knee, drop your foot to the left side, square your right shoulder down to the mat and lift your knee higher. Take one more deep inhale breath, lift the knee a little bit higher. Stay for your exhale. Inhale your right leg back through center square, your hip, lower it down, stay connected through the palms. Inhale, left leg lifts to the sky, right heel is down. Stack your left hip open, press out through your heel, and then bend your knee, drop your foot to the right, but square that left shoulder. Use the strong connections of your hands and your right foot into the earth and lift your left knee higher. Take a breath here. Stay for your exhale. And now inhale your leg to straight, square your hip, lower your foot down. Take one more full round of breath. Pull your hips back and away from your hands toward where the sky is behind you. Deep breath in and a long breath out. And now come high. Bend your knees a lot. Look forward to your hands as lightly as you can, making no footprint on the earth. Hop or step forward. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, bow deeply into the earth. Inhale to rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Open up to the sky, arch back, offer your heart. Exhale, fold forward, bow deeply into the earth. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. As you plant your palms, step your left and right foot back. You're welcome to hop if you like. Take a breath here, rock forward more. Come forward as high as you can on your toes. Exhale all the way down to your mat. Bhujangasana Cobra, press into your hands. Inhale, lift your heart. Feet are untucked, tops of the feet down. Exhale, lower. So come up as high as you like. You can stay low. Inhale, lift again. Bhujangasana Cobra, maybe look up. Beautiful. Keep your pelvis rooted down for one more. Inhale, lift your heart up. Bhujangasana Cobra. And now on this next one, you're welcome to stay in Cobra or press into your hands and slide forward and up. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Take one more extra breath in your back bend. And now come back to the high plank position. So roll over your toes, push up from Cobra if you need. Take one chaturanga. It's a halfway down push up. Elbows bent at 90 degrees. Push back up, high plank. Hips lift back and up toward the sky behind you. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Deep breath in and a long breath out. And this time we'll use the strong connection of our left hand rooted into the earth. Release your right hand. Walk your hands a little bit closer if you need to your feet. Release your right hand to the outer left ankle, calf, or thigh. Or if you can, wrap your right hand underneath your left heel and ground the heel toward the earth. Look underneath your left shoulder. Keep pulling the hips back and up. Use the strong connection of your finger pads on your left hand. Root into the earth. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Release your right hand. You might need to keep your hands closer to your feet than usual. Bend your knees if you need. Release your left hand underneath your body to your right ankle, calf, or thigh. Or maybe you can step onto your right hand with your left hand with your right heel. And use the strong connection of your right finger pads. Root into the earth and look underneath your right armpit. Take a deep breath in. Look for the sky. Deep breath out. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And now release both hands. Maybe walk them further forward. Bend your knees a lot. Get your belly toward your thighs. Pull your hips away from your wrist creases. Take an inhale. Lift your hips to the sky. And as you exhale, root your heels toward the earth. And now come high on your toes again. Maybe step your big toes together to touch. Look at your hands. Make no footprint, no sound as you walk, step, or hop all the way forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen your spine. Bow into the earth. Exhale, Uttanasana. Rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Beautiful back bend can be found here as you arch back, hips forward. Stand tall, hands to heart center, Samastitihi. One more, one breath per movement. Find your Ujjayi breath, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Bow to the earth. Inhale, lengthen, pull your heart forward. Plant your hands down, walk, step or hop back to Chaturanga, the low push-up position, elbows at 90 degrees. Untuck your toes, take a back bend, Cobra, or here, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And now roll over your toes, extra Chaturanga, press the earth away from you as you rise back up. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Come high in your toes, bend your knees a lot, look forward without a footprint. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, stay standing, find that back bend, maybe even deeper. Urdhva Hastasana. Salute the sky. Hands to heart center, Samastitihi. First balancing pose here, tree pose, Vrikshasana. If you have a block and you'd like to test your balance, extra balance tonight, don't need to, but you can place that block in the center and step onto it with your right foot. Lift your left knee up, open it up to the left, find drishti, your focal point. Bring that left foot anywhere inside of the right leg, maybe not directly on the knee, hands to your heart. Open up your chest, shoulders back. Maybe you don't have blocks, you could always stand on a book. Reach your arms to the sky. Feel that connection, the grounding down of your foot into the earth. Spread those roots deeply and draw the nourishment up through your posture, out through your fingertips, and maybe you lift your heart toward the sky. And deep breath in and a long breath out. Let's come back down, hands to heart center. Step down off the block, switch sides if you like. You don't need to use the block. Step up with your left foot. Right knee lifts out to the side. Foot to your inner thigh or your lower leg, wherever it can touch. Maybe not right to the knee. Feel the nourishment as you root down through your standing foot and let the roots go deep and wide. And then open it up. Let your heart shine. Let yourself connect to the light. Reach for the sky. Maybe feel that beautiful arch back. Connect the foot into the leg. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. One more here. Inhale and exhale. As hands come back to heart center, slowly release and come back to your mat. Step your big toes together to touch right at the top of your mat, heels apart. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Reach your arms up to the sky. We'll hold here for quite a few breaths, so don't worry about getting deep into the pose later on. Get deep into the pose right now. Curl your tailbone toward the earth. Use the feet to ground you so you can lift your chest, arms in line with your ears, and then pull the kneecaps back. And how do you find stability here? Right here, the connection of Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha. Hug them in toward each other. See if you can curl the outer inner thighs toward one another. Take another deep inhale, lift your chest. Go deeper as you exhale. 2 more breaths like that. Inhale, lift your arms and chest. Exhale, go deeper. Last one, inhale. Exhale, go deeper. Now keep this. Inhale, just your upper body. Exhale, lift your hips and fold. Bow into the earth, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. As you exhale, plant your palms, walk, step or hop back, Chaturanga. Cobra or upward dog, lift your heart to the sky, root through the earth with your hands and your feet. High plank to Chaturanga if you like. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take an inhale. Exhale fully. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. Right knee to right upper arm, pause and hold. If you have practice of balancing, go for it. Inhale, bring it back up. Cross to the left side. Feel free to extend that leg or balance. Inhale, bring it back up. Knee in toward the chest, round the spine. Reach forward with your knee, forehead toward the kneecap. One more inhale, lift up. Exhale, step your right foot through inside of your right thumb. Back heel spins down, feet are hip distance. As you rise up, deepen into your right knee. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Outer right hip back, left thigh pushing forward and down. Deep breath to extend. Exhale, deepen. Now inhale, lift your upper body. Exhale, swing your arms back like you're taking flight. Again, inhale, reach up. Feel that connection through the roots in your feet. Exhale, bow. Sweep the arms back. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Salute the sky and the sun and the heaven. As you exhale, reach back behind you. Bow your heart toward the earth. Now stay here or interlace your hands. Start to reach your arms up and over your head. Knuckles toward the sky. Crown of the head down toward the earth. Feel free to rest your right shoulder on your thigh or go deeper, letting the head come down inside of your right foot. Outer right hip pulling back. Left thigh pushing forward. Deep breath in. And then a long breath out. And now ground through your feet. Root into the earth. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Reach for the sky. As you exhale, plant your palms down. Step your left toes back to lengthen your leg. Right leg floats. Keep it light as you ground with your hands. Chaturanga. Both feet root down. Lift your heart away from the earth, up toward the sky. Come back to high plank, extra chaturanga if you like. Push into the earth. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Inhale, left leg lifts to the sky. Left knee to left upper arm. Pause and hold. Any variations if you have them. Inhale, take it back up. Cross to the right side. Feel free to extend that leg or float it out if you have it. Inhale, bring it back up. Bring your knee into your chest and now use the connection into the earth of your finger pads, your right toes. Bring your knee toward your forehead, forehead toward the knee and around your spine. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, step your left foot through. Outer right foot pressing down, rise up. Virabhadrasana 1. Outer left hip pulling back, right thigh forward. Use the connection of your feet to maintain your balance in this posture. Feet are about hip distance apart. Take an inhale breath, reach your heart to the sky, look up. Exhale, bow forward, sweep your hands back behind you like big wings. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, like a wave up. Exhale, bow, and feel free to stay with the arms extended back or interlace your palms. Try to find the opposite grip if you did last time. Let the hands come up and over your head. Bow in toward the earth, so forehead down, chin toward the chest. Rest your shoulder on your left thigh or go deeper, crown of the head, reaching for the earth. Outer left hip pulling back. Use your feet to connect you into the earth and stay steady. Hold here. 2 more deep breaths. And now plant your feet down, lift your chest up, reach to the sky, big inhale breath, salute the sun, the sky, the heaven. As you exhale, plant your hands down, right foot steps back to come high in the toes, left leg floats, be light as you lower to the earth, and then lift your heart to the sky. Extra chaturanga if you like. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Now press your hands down into the mat. Step your toes a little bit more forward. Bring your big toes together to touch. We'll take a few light hops coming into a little bit of a cannonball shape with our hips above our shoulders above our wrists. Try to touch your bum with your heels. Bend your knees and find that connection into the earth through your strong finger pads. Try to keep your arm bones straight, and on the 3rd or 4th hop, without a sound, come forward, no footprint. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. We'll come into chair pose for just a breath before we come to our next balancing pose. Press down into your feet and rise all the way up. Maybe arch back, Hands to heart center, samastitihi. Hands to your hips. And again, if you like, you could stand on the block with your left foot this time. Bring your right knee up, and no block is fine too. Stay right here, holding your knee into your chest. If you're ready for it, Bhujangasana, grip, big toe lock. Extend your right leg forward. Left arm up, your knee can be bent as you open it up to the side. Uttita Hasta Bhujangasana. Very similar to tree pose in many ways. Outer right hip tucking under. Keep your chest open, proud to the sky. And instead of looking up this time, maybe look over your left shoulder. Find your steady balance. Ground into the earth. Feel that pull of energy up through the earth. Deep breath in and a long breath out. And as you come back through center, release your arms, bend your knee, and step off your block if you're on it. And we'll go to the other side. Right foot steps onto the block, or stand on your right foot. Hands to your hips. Lift your left knee up toward your chest. Feel free to hold on to your shin, or Bhujangasana grip, big toe lock. Extend your leg out in front of you if you can to any degree. Right arm reaches up, and find your connection into the earth. This is your grounding, your safety, your nourishment. Take an inhale. Exhale, open your palms to the right, foot to the left. And instead of looking up, you can look to the right. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. One more. Open your chest. Let the heart soar. Inhale and exhale. Ujjayi breath, I hope. Come back through center, reach up, and then step off your block if you have one. Back to chair pose. Big toes touch, heels apart. Sit down into that chair. Hands to heart center. As you inhale, lean forward. Exhale, twist to the right. Tent your fingertips. Press your left elbow to the outer right thigh, just above the knee. Draw the belly in and see if you can pull your left hip and left knee back. Twist a little deeper. Feel free to stay here or open your wings like you could fly. If you have a hand balance, go for it. Hands come out to the side, maybe for side crow or Konasana A. Big breath in and big breath out. Let's come back through center, chair pose. Reach your arms up. Hands to heart center. Inhale, lean forward. Twist to the left. Right elbow just above the knee on the outer thigh, and draw the belly in. Twist a little deeper. Pull your outer right hip and right knee back. Press your finger pads into each other and maybe stay or open your wings for a couple of breaths. See if you can sit those hips deeper. Feel the connection into the earth through your feet. Find that balance if you like. Inhale, come back through center. Reach your arms and chest up, chair. Exhale, earn this. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway, look forward. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale for your back bend. Take a big breath, lift your heart. Make your way back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Take a deep inhale and a long exhale. Inhale your right leg up to the sky. Right knee to right upper arm. Pause here. If you have a hand balance, Konasana B, go for it. Inhale, swing it back up. Press into your hands. Cross to the right side, to the left side. Feel free to stay or extend your right leg out. Lift your left arm or maybe hold your foot. Variations of fallen triangle. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Swing your right leg back up. Bring your knee in toward your chest, forehead toward your knee, round the spine. One more breath. Look forward, step through in the center. Back heel spins down. Reach your arms forward and then peel your left arm back. Virabhadrasana 2. This pose, our connection into the earth, is really important because it's a strong hold, this posture. Feet are quite wide apart, so you want a long stance, enough that your front thigh has the space to become parallel one day, and your outer right hip is tucking under, inner left thigh rolling open, and your gaze is strong and determined. Down your front fingertips, and that left arm is reaching back, keeping you in the center. Head, heart, and hips align. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Inhale, Exalted Warrior, just for the breath. Exhale, Utthita Konasana, extended side angle. Start with your right forearm on your thigh, left fingertips reaching over your head, pinky down, thumb up, and look underneath your left shoulder. Stay here or right fingertips down. Stay here or left arm behind. Maybe keep going deeper for the bind. And if you're in the bind or not, if you're feeling adventurous and you want to represent some of the amazing connection that we have to the earth, look forward to your front foot. Step your left foot forward to meet it. Come high on your right toes. Lift that heel. Stay here for a little baby bird of paradise, or root down to stand up. Use the strong connection of your left foot into the mat. You don't have to have the bind to do this pose. You can still stand up and be beautiful and amazing. Maybe point your toes to the top right corner, the sky. Deep breath in and long breath out. And then slowly come all the way back down. We'll all come back and rise back up. Warrior two. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Here's a vinyasa. Let's bring the hands down to the mat. Back heel peels up. Keep that right leg floating. Flow through. Use your Ujjayi breath. Finding the movement to match the breath. As you arrive here, inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Inhale, left leg lifts to the sky. Left knee, left upper arm. Feel free to float it out. Kundinasana if you like. Inhale, sweep it back up. As you exhale, cross to the right. Feel free to stay or extend your left leg through. Try fallen triangle, or capture the outside of your left foot with your right hand and pull your leg toward the left top corner of your mat. Look under your arm for the sky. Deep breath in and out. Lift that left leg back to the sky. Breathe in. Come forward, forehead to your knee. Breath out. One more inhale, lift higher. Step through between your thumbs. Back heel spins down, front heel to back arch alignment. Virabhadrasana 2. You can feel that connection. Inner thighs are hugging inward, but feet are rooting down, spreading away from each other. Shoulders are relaxing, left knee tracking outward. Gaze down your front fingertips, but let that right arm pull you into alignment so your head and heart are aligned here right over top of your hips. So beautiful to think of the head and heart in alignment. Take one more deep inhale. Bend more deeply on your exhale. Just for a breath, inhale, Viparita Virabhadrasana, exalted warrior, reach back. Exhale, Utthita Konasana, extended side angle pose. So feel that stretch all the way from the outer right foot, grounding down into the earth, and reach for the sky at a diagonal, like you're reaching for a star. Look underneath your right arm, stay here. Go deeper as you like. And it's okay if you don't get the bind. You can still come up to standing for a little baby bird of paradise or full bird of paradise. If you find that bind, you want to try it, look forward. This is a beautiful way to find that connection into the earth. Step your right foot to the top of your mat. Come high on your left toe. So use that connection of your right foot. Look at your toes and tell them to get deep. And then stand up. Bring your gaze with you. Doesn't matter if you don't have the bind. You can still pull that knee up to standing. Stay here or extend. Svargadvidasana. Beautiful posture. Representing so much beauty of the earth here. And our connection to it. Slowly come down with the heart open. Step all the way back. Try to stay with your posture. When you're ready, rise up. Warrior two. Take a breath here. Get grounded. And as you exhale, flow through. Keep that left leg floating. Make your way back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. A deep breath in and a long breath out. And again, we'll use our hands just like our feet. So ground down into your finger pads and look at them and make them grip the mat so much that maybe your knuckles lift up and you can feel a little doming under the hands. And now walk your feet in a little closer. Commit to keeping your arm bones as straight as you can and try to rock your shoulders right over top of your wrists. And from here, we'll take 3 light hops, and the 4th one will bring the feet between the hands. You can always go to a wall for this as well. As you're ready, bend your knees, press down, hop up. Get your hips over your shoulders, shoulders over your wrists. Good, and then hop your feet between your hands. 4th one. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Before chair pose, rise all the way up, come up to standing. Hands to heart center, samastitihi. Now again, another standing posture, this time with a twist. You are welcome to try this again with a block. And we'll stand up onto the block with our left foot, or you just stand onto your mat with your left foot. Again, you can use books if you like as well. I cleared out a whole bunch of books today from my closet. I cannot believe how many books I had. Whew, so many boxes too. Felt good to clean up a little bit and recycle and share. Bring your right knee in toward your chest. Take an inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And this time we'll twist to the right. And you can place your left hand on your outer right knee, right hand to your right hip, stay, and maybe look over your right shoulder. Or slide your left hand to the outer right edge of your foot and kick your heel forward while pulling your outer right hip underneath you. Maybe extend your right arm back, Parvrita Uttita, Hasta Padangustasana, revolved standing foot to big toe pose. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Find your balance, come back through center. I told you we would balance a lot today. Feel that connection into the earth. And step down, maybe off of your block. Good work, everybody. You can feel like the stability of the core that's necessary for this work. And the foundation, the respect for the foundation, the earth below us. As you're ready, right foot steps down, lift your left knee. Get steady here. Reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, twist to the left this time. You can take your right hand to the outer left knee. You can place your left hand on your hip, or start to slide your hand to the outer left edge of your foot. Kick it forward to any degree. Stand up tall. Maybe your left arm lifts up, and maybe you open it up. Roll your outer left hip down toward your right heel, inner right heel. Keep pressing into your standing foot, really respecting this foundation and the nourishment that we draw from the earth. Deep breath in and out. Now keep your steady balance. Come back through center to release. And step down, maybe off your block if you used one, and back onto the earth. For Utkatasana, chair pose again. Step back just a little so you can see better. Big toes touch, heels apart. Reach your arms up to the sky and sit down low into the chair. This time, bring your hands to your heart center. Release your fingertips forward. And just as important as our feet are for connecting into the earth, so are our hands. Again, press into your finger pads so deeply that your knuckles lift up. Try to straighten your legs and come high on your toes. And lean the weight of your shoulders over top of your wrists. If you're one of those people that can press into a handstand, or you want to walk to a wall and go for a handstand hop, you can. Or we'll try crow pose, so bending the elbows back just enough to connect the knees to the upper arms. So don't let the knees come past the arms. Tuck them right up above the tricep. And I want you again to draw the belly in, so dome the upper back, just like we did when we bring our knee to our forehead. And keep rounding the spine, keep looking forward, grip into the mat, and maybe one or both of your feet start to lift up off the mat. And don't worry if they don't. Find your balance. Use the nourishment that you draw up through your finger pads. Hug your elbows in, keep drawing the belly in. Maybe start to straighten your arms for crane. Hold here for 3, for 2, and on 1 you can shoot back or step back. Take a vinyasa. And we'll meet in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Deep breath in and a long breath out. 1 more inhale and exhale. Right leg lifts to the sky, big breath in, As you exhale, step your right foot through, back heel down, rise up again, warrior two. Get right into your pose, front thigh as parallel as you can make it to the earth. Extend through your fingertips, bend deeply. Inhale here, go deeper on your exhale. On your inhale breath, straighten your front leg, palms reach up and touch. As you exhale, let your arms become parallel to the earth and heel toe your back foot in a couple of steps. Hinge forward over your right thigh and then pivot your arms, finding Konasana. Now imagine that your right fingertips become very light, almost floating. So even if you're touching a block with your leg, there's not any contact there, just a little reassurance of that connection. But your left arm is actively reaching up for the sky, like you're reaching for the stars. And you can even look up, pull your outer right hip underneath you, inner left thigh open. And feel all of these directions, pressing down into the earth, reaching up to the sky, curling your heart upward. Deep breath in, long breath out. And now look down toward your front foot and reach both of your hands like you're holding the earth in your hands and extending it as an offering forward. Uttita Trikonasana, extended triangle. Deep breath in and a long breath out. And from here, left hand to your left hip. Right knee bends, another balancing pose here, Ardha Chandrasana. Let your left hip open up, stack your hips, press out through your top heel. Reach your left arm for the ceiling if you can. Again, this active reach. Right fingertips are light, even if they're touching a block. Try to lift your chest. Inhale and exhale. And now soften your right knee enough to get your fingers down to the mat. Pull your outer right hip back with your thumb. Get your left leg parallel to the floor, standing L shape. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, walk your hands toward your standing leg. If you can, wrap your right hand behind your calf. And as you pull up on it, forehead to your shin, left leg lifts higher. Hold here. 3 breaths. Keep both legs active. Outer left thigh turning down. And then release your hands. One more balancing pose here. Bring your knees together to touch. Left foot is floating. Rise all the way up. Hands to your hips. And now swing your heel back behind you. Reach back and grab the inside of your left ankle. With your hand, reach your right arm up to the sky. I'm just going to move back a little bit. I need a longer living room. Yoga studio / living room. Inhale, reach up. Now lengthen up toward the sky as you root down into the earth. Keep that length as you reach your fingertips forward and up rather than parallel to the earth. Start to hinge forward, Natrajasana, dancer's pose, a pose of celebration, of overcoming obstacles that get in our way. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Kick and kick and kick. Come all the way back through center. Reach that knee up to the sky. Reach your hands up. Don't give up. Warrior 3. Last one. Virabhadrasana 3 on this side. And then step all the way back. And open up your body to the long edge of your mat or face sideways. Make sure your feet are about the same distance as your wrists. Feet are parallel or slightly pigeon-toed. Hands to your hips. Inhale to lengthen and feel the drawing up of your heart. As you exhale, bow into the earth. Capture yourself halfway down. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, fold. And now start to walk your hands as close to the inner edges of your feet as you can, but underneath your shoulders. Push into your hands and try to draw the crown of your head between your hands. So your hands and head are in between your feet. Take an inhale breath as you lengthen your hips up toward the sky and bow the crown down toward the earth. And for the next 5 breaths, you can stay or take any variation here, a Prasarita Padottanasana that you like. Maybe you go for Shirshasana B. There's so much connection into the earth through your hands that you can float the legs buoyant and light up toward the sky. Point your toes upward, draw the belly in and feel that connection into the earth. It's a beautiful saying, earth below, sky above,
hope you feel that tranquility wherever you are in this practice. And slowly start to come down. If your legs are floating, try to stay actively connected to your feet. Let your heels touch down before your toes. Halfway lift as you inhale. And as you exhale, turn to the front of your mat. So all turn from the side. Right toes forward, left knee down. Take an inhale, lengthen your arms up to the sky, Asana. And from here, cactus your arms. Tip your elbows forward, lift your chest. One more inhale, lift a little higher. And as you exhale, release your hands back behind you. Let them float as you draw your right leg to straight. Feel free to stay here or bring your hands underneath your shoulders, lift your chest, and keep working that right heel further forward, right hip pulling back. And maybe your left knee starts to pull back, maybe you untuck your toes, but you keep the alignment of your hips, right hip pulling back, left thigh forward. Feel free to lengthen and sit upright or bow over your leg for your variation of Ardha Hanumanasana or this posture, Hanumanasana. I'm going to be humble here, really respecting where you are at this time with your body. And feel your connection into the mat, into the earth. Stay present with your breath. Even when the poses are challenging or not what you expect or hope for, can you find that tranquility, that peace? In yoga, the word for peace is shanti. Sometimes in my practice, I just repeat shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace, peace, peace. And slowly we'll start to rise up, palms underneath the shoulders, tuck your back toes. Get your right foot planted down, palms under the shoulders, lift your back knee. And on your inhale breath, sweep your right leg up to the sky. You're welcome to stay. If you want to stack your hip, bend your knee. Maybe turn your left fingertips out a little bit, coming into Wild Thing. Or if it's in your practice, Urdhva Dhanurasana, your feet will be parallel and hip width. Both arms going toward the mat. Lift your heart, feel the connection into the earth. 3 points as your right arm reaches and reaches. And then spin yourself back around. Keep your right leg lifted if you like. Take a vinyasa and we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Deep inhale and a long exhale. Or maybe flutter your lips or sigh out your mouth. Inhale. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Step your left foot all the way through between your thumbs. Back heel spins down. Rise up. Warrior 2 again. Just a couple of breaths to get settled here. Deep inhale and a long exhale. And now inhale your front leg to straight. Palms reach up. Stretch up. Exhale, arms parallel to the earth. Heel toe your back foot in just a little bit for a shorter stance. Inhale, hinge forward for Trikonasana. Remembering to keep those left fingertips very light wherever they are and focus on the energy lifting up through your right hand like you're going to reach for a star and pick it right out of the sky. Outer left hip tucking under, inner right thigh rolling open. Maybe gazing up. Look for the stars. Deep breath in and a long breath out. 2 more like this. Find your Ujjayi breath. It gets challenging. Can you find that tranquility within this posture? Stay connected. And now both arms sweep forward. If you can, like you're holding the earth as an offering. Uttita Trikonasana. And then look down, right hand to your right hip. Left fingertips light, even if you need to touch down onto a block. Let that right leg float up behind you and then keep it active. So as much as you're grounding down through your left foot, reach up and out with your right heel, toes curling back towards you. Feel free to raise your right arm up. Keep reaching up like you're reaching for the stars. Lift your chest by reaching a little higher. For 3, 2, and 1. And both hands come to the mat as you soften your left knee enough to get there. Left hand to your left hip crease. Roll your outer right thigh down. Find standing L-shaped pose. As you inhale, lengthen, look forward. And then as you exhale, bow in toward your standing leg, working for standing splits, any variation, or if you like, left hand behind your left calf, forehead to shin, right leg lifts high. Look forward, bring your knees in to meet each other. Stand all the way up, bring your knee up and toward your chest. Hands can start at your hips. And then bring your right heel toward your right bum. Reach down and grab the inside edge of your right ankle with your hands. So fingertips are pointing out. Squeeze your knees and reach your left arm up to the sky. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, keep that extension toward the sky as you lengthen your chest forward and up. Kick your foot up and back, Natrajasana, dancer's pose. It's a tribute to Shiva, the destroyer of obstacles, letting go of whatever is in our way to reach that state of shanti, tranquility and peace. Hold here. And slowly rise back up. Bring your knee with you. Find your balance. Connect to the earth right away. Virabhadrasana 3, warrior 3. Outer left hip point back, right thigh forward. Reach forward and back. And then step back. And open it up to the long edge of your mat. Again, find that distance between your ankles, about the same as your wrists. Hands to your hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now you're welcome to take another variation of the wide-legged fold, Prasarita Padottanasana, or anything else that might feel good. For myself, I'm working on Samokhanasana, wide-legged center splits. So as you like, let your feet separate as much as you can, heels pressing out, toes up. Try to turn the toes straight up to the sky, so very active feet here. And letting the inner thighs relax and stretch the best you can. We'll hold here for 5 deep breaths. Last big inhale and a full exhale. Slowly, if you're wide like I am, walk your feet back in, palms under your shoulders, everyone halfway lift. And as you exhale, turn to the front of the mat, lower your right knee down and slide it as far back as you can. Keeping your left foot planted down. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, Anjaneyasana, low crescent lunge. And here, cactus your arms, tip your elbows forward. Let the heart lead here. Brighten up the light of your heart. Turn that volume up and spread that energy of your heart right up to the sky. Keep hinging into those hips. Deep breath in, a long breath out. And now inhale, arms sweep up to the sky. As you exhale, pull the hands back behind you like we did. Fold over your thigh. And feel free to stay here or bring your hands underneath you. Maybe slide your left heel more forward, right knee more back, working into your variation of Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits or full splits. Find that alignment of your hips, even in the discomfort. Find the tranquility where you can stay connected to your breath. Feel the nourishment of the earth. Take a breath in as you're up high, or maybe bow in. Let's take 5 deep grounding breaths here. And slowly start to rise up. Palms under your shoulders. Tuck your back toes to slide that right knee more forward. Plant your left foot down, palms under the shoulders. Tuck your back toes, elevate that right knee. And on your inhale breath, three-legged dog. You're welcome to stay here. Or turn your right fingertips out. Start to bend that top knee just as we started. You flip yourself around, maybe coming to wild thing. You'll feel that connection into the earth through the 3 points of your 2 feet and your right hand. Lift your left heel. Maybe you walk your feet to parallel hip distance, and even your left hand can connect to the earth, finding Urdhva Dhanurasana. Take another breath in and a full breath out. One more. Connect to the earth. Lift your heart to the sky. And as you're ready, press down into your right hand. Flip yourself all the way back around, three-legged dog. Take a vinyasa. Beautiful work, everybody. Deep inhale and a long exhale. And on our next inhale, we'll jump through to our seat. Try to jump through with straight legs as you can, if you can. That same idea of pressing into the finger pads, super straight arms. Maybe walk your feet in a little closer and get those hips so high that you can pike the legs right through your hands. And feel free to take a look here before you try. And land on your bum, maybe a little lighter than I did. And come into your seat. Take a moment, feel connected and grounded. This is Muladhara chakra, the root chakra, the tailbone. So let's stay here for a few breaths. Move the flesh around your seat from side to side. Lengthen your legs and feel that connection into the earth on all sides. Simply tenting your fingertips like this can help you feel more connected and grounded. So if you ever need to, reach down and feel the energy that you've created moving through your body. It's so powerful. It's so amazing what your body can do. Come back to your intentions, your personal intention, your collective intention. Imagine all of us on the earth pressing down into the earth, and then maybe reach your palms outward like you could connect palm to palm. All of us grounded and rooted into the earth, holding each other here, holding the space. Now release your palms upward, reach up, palms touch. Exhale, fold forward over your thighs. Inhale to lengthen, lift your chest and fold, Paschimottanasana. Let's take 3 more deep breaths. Inhale, roll all the way up and bring your hands back behind you. We'll do 2 sets of each of these poses. So you can bring your feet flat onto the mat, reverse tabletop. Let your head drop back if you like. Lift your hips. Press into the earth through these 4 points of contact. See if you can lift up a little higher until your whole front body is parallel to the earth and the sky. 1 more breath. Slowly lower your hips, release your feet. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. 5 more breaths. Last breath here. And slowly roll up. Again, bring your fingertips back behind you. Same pose if you like, reverse tabletop or Purvottanasana. So try to get the tops of your feet down. Reverse plank pose and lift your hips up. Reach back with your chin. Open your heart, open your throat. Keep lifting up. Use the connection into the earth of your hands and your feet and lift higher. 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees out wide.
Make a little basket with your hands underneath your feet. Take an inhale breath here. As you exhale, bow in. Try to get your forehead right to your toes. And slowly roll yourself up. Cross over your ankles. You can walk, step, or hop back through a little vinyasa. We'll make our way to downward dog. Don't forget the extra chaturanga. Use the connection to the earth. Push it away and back up. Inhale your right leg up to the sky. Stack your hip, bend your knee. You've been here before. And as you exhale, bring your right knee behind your right wrist. Right ankle out to the side. Pigeon pose. I bet a lot of you are taking a big sigh of relief right now. It feels so good to do this posture. Inhale, lift your chest. And now stay. If you want to, try to work your right foot. The whole shin becomes more parallel to the top edge of the mat. If you start to roll to the right a lot, that's okay. You can always put a block or a book underneath your right hip. See if you can lift your chest. You're welcome to stay here. It's a really grounding posture to open up the hips and feel that connection of the pelvic region of Muladhara down toward the earth as you lift your heart. Feel free to stay here or you can bow in. Any variation. Something that I really like to do when I bow forward like this is to bring two blocks, can be on any setting, underneath my elbows, hands together and then thumbs to the nape of the neck. Release out of the pose just enough to push ourselves up and rock to your right side and swing your left leg out at an angle so your right foot is on the inner left thigh. Take your left arm somewhere along the top of your leg or inside of your leg. Try to keep your knees open so your hips are facing toward the front of your mat and your knees out to the side. Right hand onto your right hip. Turn your chest open. If you can, maybe grab that big toe or even the outer edge of your left foot with your left hand. Take a big inhale breath and reach your top arm up toward the sky like you're going to take a star out of the sky, and then reach your top arm toward the same direction as your left foot. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Maybe you can find a bind of your foot, but don't get too squishy here. Keep your chest open, right hip, right sitting bone rooting down, even if it's not touching. Inhale, come up enough to turn yourself toward your left leg. Twist your chest toward your leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to bow. For a little bit deeper of a stretch, take your right hand to the outer left foot. Take your left fingertips out wide to the side and pull yourself across. And if you turn your left toes more to the left, you might feel more of a stretch into the outer left leg. Slowly come back up. One of my favorite poses, bring your right hand, pointing your fingertips away from your right hip. Make sure your right knee is going to be on the mat. Turn your left toes down and lift your hips. And start to arch back. A beautiful variation of gate pose here. Feels so nice. Stretch the front line of the body and you feel the connection into the earth. Press your right shin bone down. See if you can arch even more. Look behind you. Deep breath in. A deep breath out. Stay one more breath if you can. And slowly make your way down to the mat. Cross your left ankle in front of your right ankle. Come onto your hands and knees. You can pop back or step back for a little vinyasa. Meeting downward dog.
Inhale that left leg up to the sky. Stack your hip, bend your knee, open it up. Feels so good. And then slide your left knee behind your left wrist. Left foot is behind your right wrist. Untuck your back toes. Tuck your back toes. Slide your right knee as far back as you can and lift your chest. Just stay here for a moment and assess your connection into the earth. So maybe you're rocking a lot to your left side. Try to keep the right thigh down. You can even put a block under your left side if you like. If you want to go deeper, move your left toes more forward. Try to bring your shin bone parallel to the top edge of your mat, but still maintaining that centering of the hips. And as you're ready, you can stay or fold down. And if you want to bring those blocks underneath your elbows, maybe try in the higher setting this time. Palms come together, thumbs to the nape of your neck, and let your heart melt. And the more you walk your elbows forward, you'll get a nice stretch under the arms. And slowly we'll make our way back up. Rock a little bit to your left hip. Swing your right leg out to the right, making sure that your knees are pointing to the outer edges of your mat and your hips are straight forward. Take your left foot in toward the inner right thigh. Right hand onto your right leg, either on top or inside. Left hand to your left hip and turn your chest open. You're welcome to stay here. Maybe you can get big toe lock. Maybe you can get the outer edge of your right foot. So some of these same hand variations that we've had before. Stay here or reach your top arm up. Pick a star from the sky. Big breath in. And as you exhale, bring that top arm over your ear. You can spin the pinky finger down, come up, get an internal shoulder rotation. Look up toward the sky. Or maybe find a fuller bind. Left hand on top of right. Keep turning your heart open and root your left sitting bone toward the mat, into the earth. One more breath. Come up enough to turn your body toward your right leg. Lengthen as you inhale. Turn your chest, a little twist. Exhale to fold. And to get even more of a stretch in the lower left back, take your left hand to your outer right foot. Pull your right fingertips out to the right, little tented fingertips, and bow in. And maybe you turn your right toes more to the right. You might feel this more along the outer right thigh. And slowly come up. Take your left hand back behind you under your shoulder. Make sure your left knee is on a mat. Turn your right fingertips down. And as you're ready, sweep all the way up. Use the pressing down of your left hand, your inner right foot, and your left shin. Use that connection into the earth. See if you can arch back even more. Look for your right hand. Deep breath in and a long breath out. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, sweep all the way back and down. One more vinyasa. Cross your right ankle in front. Now, if you have Mayurasana, chin stand in your practice, feel free to go from cross-legged or lotus position. I won't teach it today, but if you know it, you can do it. And just make your way through your vinyasa and then come back. We're going to come onto our shin bones for a couple of back bends. So as you're ready, you can just take a look if you're not sure about Mayurasana. It's pretty fun to practice balance. And then taking your vinyasa, meeting on our shins. So you can come from downward dog. Don't forget that last, I promise. Last chaturanga. And then we'll hop through to our shins. And today we will take 2 sets of Camel Pose, Ustrasana, very deep back bend in a beautiful way to ground down through the lower body and then open up to the sky. So come onto your shins. Feel free to pad up your mat. I have a double mat here in the middle, so lots of padding. Tuck your toes. Feel free to take a block if you have it between your inner thighs or between your ankles so you get that feedback of hugging in. Hands come to the lower back. Fingertips can point down or if you like up. It's up to you. Start to root the pelvis down toward the earth and then lift the chest up toward the sky. Maybe head goes back. And for this first set, maybe you want to stay here. Maybe you have the space to swim your right arm all the way forward and back to lightly touch your right heel. Same thing, left side, big back stroke. Keep pressing your thighs forward, tailbone rooting toward the earth, chest lifting, maybe head back. When you're ready to come out, hands to the lower back again. Sit back onto your heels and tuck your toes. If you have a block, remove it. Bring your chin in toward your chest and bring your hands over your heart. With deep respect for the earth below us, deep respect for the sky above us, and a feeling of peace and tranquility within. And one more of those back bends. If you would like to practice the drop back into Urdhva Dhanurasana, you can. It's just something that you might already have in your practice, not necessarily an offering for today, but I'll demonstrate it. Otherwise, you just take another set of camel. Hands come to the heart. And connecting into the earth through both hands and both feet. Whichever back bend you're in, try to take 5 more deep breaths. And if you've ended up here in Urdhva Dhanurasana, you can lower to your back or rise back up through camel. Walking the feet in a little closer, knees come forward, hands to the hips. When you're ready to come down, lower onto your seat. If you've lowered onto your back, you can still bring your hands to your heart. Gratitude for the earth below us. Gratitude for the sky above us. And gratitude for tranquility and peace within. And bow your mind into your heart and release your hands. We'll come all the way down onto our backs if you're not there already. Take a few breaths to lower down slowly. Come all the way down onto your back. Let's turn to the side. And from here, last opportunity for a posture. It could be an inversion, maybe Viparita Karani. Legs up and arms up, maybe Happy Baby, Ananda Balasana. Or maybe plow or shoulder stand. Wherever you've decided to be, take about 5 to 8 breaths. Let yourself soften and relax. Feel the earth below you like a cradle, always there to hold us, to catch us, nourishing us at every level. As you're ready, allow yourself to fold into the warmth and protection of the earth. Allow your arms and legs to soften. Allow your heart to be open. Come back to your personal and collective intention.
You're welcome to share with me the chant Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, or just listen and vibrate with this chant for peace. Take a deep clearing breath in, a full breath out. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you for choosing to practice with me. I wish you peace. I wish you tranquility. Namaste.